All right, welcome to Math with Mr. Strands. This is Matthew C, Pre-Algebra, Lesson 9C and 9D. I am going to go over most of this. 9C, we did, I think, in class today, most of it, so it's pretty familiar. So I'm just going to slowly scroll through this one. I already wrote the answers in for these, okay? Except number 11, I can do that one real quick. So if we look at number 11, we need to get one of these switched over. Okay, so I'm going to take my 22D and I'm going to move it over there. Okay, in order to do that, I'm going to subtract 22D from both sides. These cancel out. 23D minus 22D leaves you with 1D. You have 13 remaining on this side, and on the other side you have 25. Okay, to get D by itself, I'm going to subtract 13 from both sides, and I'm left with D equals 12. Okay, if I want to check my work, I do 23 times 12 plus 13 equals 22 times 12 plus 25. Okay, if I multiply these together, I promise you the answer is the same. So that is a correct answer. Okay, if we scroll down to page 124, okay, in 20 years, Frida will be 52. How old is she now? Okay, so in 20 years, she will be 52. Okay, she'll be 52. Her age, which we don't know now, I'm going to call F, plus 20, she'll be 52. So if I subtract 20 from both sides, right, 32 is her age right now. Okay, if we look at 14, 7, okay, so we take 7 times a number. We don't know what that number is, so I'm going to call it N. Okay, minus 8 equals 6 times the number minus 5. So with these, you kind of just got to read the sentence nice and slow and just kind of write out exactly what it says. Okay, so I'm going to move my 6n over. That goes away, minus 6n. Okay, and I'm left with n minus 8 equals negative 5. If I add 8 to both sides, I'm left with n equals 3. All right, let's look at number 15. Sue baked X pies before lunch. Again, I don't know why they're using X as a variable. You have so many other letters to choose from, and you're using X, which is the multiplication symbol. So I'm going to use P for pies. Don't know why they do that. Frustrates me. Sue baked pea pies before lunch. Okay, so pea pies. After lunch, she baked 6 more pies. So 6 more pies for a total of 10. How much did she bake before lunch? This is very simple. Subtract 6, subtract 6. We can see P equals 4 pies before lunch. Okay, number 16. 2 baseball teams started in the 9th inning with the same number of runs during the inning. Team A, so I'm going to use A as my variable, I'm going to use R as my variable for runs. Team A made 1 less than was needed to double the score. So to double the score, 2 times the runs, 1 less than that. Okay, and that is going to equal Team B, who earned 3 more runs. So the runs that Team A scored plus 3. Okay, so now I'm going to move this R over, get rid of those, subtract R from this side. I'm left with 1R minus 1 equals 3. If I add 1 to both sides, my total runs that they started with was 4 again. Okay, Scott ran 3 miles farther than Tim. So Tim plus 3 equals Scott. If Scott ran a total of 8, obviously Tim's going to run 5. If we subtract 3 from both sides, T equals 5. Okay, these are pretty simple. At the beginning of the summer, 2 vines were the same length. During the growing season, 1 vine tripled. So tripled, right? Its length and grew 1 foot longer. Okay, the second vine doubled its length, so 2 times the length, and grew 6. Okay, so once again, we need to subtract 2v from this side to get rid of it. Subtract 2v, left with 1v plus 1 equals 6. Subtract 1, b equals 5. Okay, if we look at 9d, doing the same thing, just trying to get x by itself, okay? So I'm only going to I'll do number 1 with you. So x plus 36 equals 45. So to get rid of this 36, I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to subtract 36, right? X equals 9. If I want to check my answer, I just put 9 in for x. So 9 plus 36 does indeed equal 45. Okay, number 3 is the same, right? You're just going to subtract 2b. Subtract 2b, you're left with 1b, which is just b minus 6, equals 7 plus 6 plus 6, b equals 13. Okay, now we're back to review. Okay, so now we got square roots. The square root of 49, 7. Square root of a squared is a. Negative 6, remember this is negative 6 times negative 6, which is a positive 36. Okay, this one looks a little different. Number 8, we haven't really done this one before. So we got 1 divided by the square root of 4, which equals 1/2. Oh, okay, I was like, what do they want us to do? It says up here, number 8 has been done for you. I was like, there's nothing to do there. Okay. Adding and subtracting fractions, one of my favorites. Students struggle with this. It's just fractions, right? They don't like them. I get it. Okay, so if we look for a common denominator of 4 and 9, the lowest common denominator, right? 4 and 9, it's going to be 36. So if we make our denominators 36, 9 times 4, so 5 times 4, 4 times 9, so 3 times 9, we get 47, 36, which equals 1 and 11, 36. Okay, look at 10. Lowest common factor is going to be 24, right? Yeah, 24 times 8 times 8 times 3 times 3, 29 over 24. Always simplify. 1 and 5 24ths. And then lastly, number 11, 3/4 minus 1/5. Lowest common denominator is going to be 20 times 5 times 5 times 4 times 4, 15 minus 4 is 11 20ths. That cannot be simplified anymore. So there's your answer. Okay, let's keep going to page 126. Okay, so this is just review. All we're doing here, write the reciprocal of each number, multiply the number by its reciprocal to show that the product is 1. Okay, so just remember, reciprocal is just flipping. So for number 13, we have 7. Any whole number is over 1, right? So we're multiplying it by our reciprocal. Just flip it, and we can see if these cancel out. 7 times 1 is 7 over 7, which equals 1. Okay, 9/8. We're going to multiply that by the reciprocal, which means you just flip it. 8 over 9. Same thing. We get 72 over 72, which equals 1. And then lastly, 1/2. If we flip it, 2 over 1, 2 over 2 equals 1. Just multiply. When you're multiplying fractions, you multiply straight across. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. All right. Look at the instructions for these next ones. Answer the question. Very detailed instructions. Thank you. So number 16, write in decimal notation. Okay. So decimal notation means they want you just to write the number with the decimal. So 4 times 10 to the third, right? That's going to be the thousandths place. So we know our number is going to be 4,000 something. And then right away, 3 times 1 over 10, this means decimal. So your number is going to be 4,000, okay? 3, 1, 2. So 4,312 thousandths, okay? Write in exponential notation. Okay, so we're going to have 2 times 10 to the 0 power, because this 10, anything to the 0 power is 1. So 2 times 1, right? That's the ones place, okay? Plus, I'm going to skip the zeros because you don't need to do those. 3 times 1 over 10 to the third power. each board is 1/6 of a foot thick. How many boards are in a pile of boards 1/3 foot high? So we're going to take 1/3 foot, divide that by 6, which means you're going to keep this the same, change division into multiplication, then flip. We get 6/3, which equals 2 boards. Okay, 19, the shipping department ordered 250 books. 100 books have been delivered. How many books remain? So that's easy. 250 minus 100 means 150 remain. Write an equation and solve for the unknown. Okay, so we know the answer is 150, but now we have to write the equation, okay? So we have 250 books, okay? We know 100 has been delivered. So our total amount minus 100, our total amount plus 100 is going to equal our 250. So we know X then has to be 150. Last one, on the day after Thanksgiving, which is Black Friday, Chris ate 5/6 of a pie, and his brother Vaughn ate 2/3 of a pie. Who ate the most pie? So remember a little trick that we do. We'll put verse because we're battling each other, right? We're seeing which one is more. In order to do this, you just multiply this denominator by this numerator, and we get 12. 6 times 2 is 12. We take this denominator, multiply it by this numerator, and we get 15. Which number is bigger, 15 or 12? 15 is. So 5/6, the fraction 5/6 is going to be bigger than 2/3. So Chris ate more pie than Vaughn did. All right, that is 9C, 9D. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I will talk to you soon.